Borderline personality disorder. Borderlines being very empathetic. That since we have such strong emotions, since we know emotion very well, it makes us very empathetic. That we can pick up on moods from a mile away. I wonder if I am really correct, though. I have spoken of how I have to be careful because somebody else's moods can definitely affect mine. Is that true, though? I mean, if someone's in a good mood, will that cheer me up? No. It's only if somebody's in a bad mood that I must worry about their mood affecting mine. And how empathetic am I, really? I like to believe that I'm very empathetic. But I have to question that when certain things come up. A few days ago was Ducey Davis's birthday. This is my best friend, only real friend that I have. So if there's anybody that I should be empathetic with and want to help when they're having a rough time, it should be Mr. Ducey Davis. Well, on his birthday, even the night before his birthday, I could tell that birthdays have a way of messing with people's heads. I could definitely see that this birthday was messing with his. I had the feeling that he was most likely reflecting on his life and not liking what he was reflecting on. He's very family oriented, comes from a nice, supporting, loving family. The fact that he wasn't with his family, I think, is also. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for why this birthday was hard on him and why it was emotional. Being the empathetic person I am, I should have empathized and had encouraging words or let him talk about it or any of those things that normal people do to help their friends out when they're having an emotional crisis. That is not what I chose to do, though. What I chose to do was avoid contact at all cost. I don't have any good advice for him, none whatsoever. I don't know what to say to cheer him up. Yet, when the situation is reversed, if I am having an emotional crisis, which I do quite often, this is the first time that I've seen him going through an emotional thing. I have them daily, sometimes multiple times a day. Guaranteed, I expect him to be there 24 hours a day, ready for my emotional crisis. Once I have an emotional crisis, he must be there to help me through it. I also expect him to know what to do to handle this emotional crisis. He should know if I want to be left alone or if I want somebody to pay attention to me. He must become a mind reader. Yet when he has an emotional crisis, I run away. I avoid contact. Because this is the sick, twisted thing about it. I actually want to push his buttons on it. How messed up is that? I don't know why I want to, but when I see somebody having an emotional crisis like that, I just want to rub it in. I want to make it worse. That would be like seeing a fire and deciding to dump gasoline on it. It makes no sense. And if I'm really honest with myself, I think it's because I would enjoy it. I would get some kind of sick enjoyment out of it. Is it just because I am in emotional pain all the time? So somebody else being in emotional pain, I want them to feel it, to experience it. If I do, it's not for anything good. You would think, since I am an expert at emotional pain, and I know how shitty it is, that I would want to help relieve that pain. But the opposite is true. I didn't realize it until I was in a situation where I could do some help, and I chose to avoid contact because I knew if I were to be around it that I was going to do the opposite of what I should. And I didn't want to do that. There was that sick desire to, but at the same time, I know that I don't want to. I don't want to be that person. That's the kind of things I'm trying to get away from. I don't know if this is for all borderlines or if it's just me. That got me to thinking about other times I see people in emotional crisis or having a hard time. I don't think that I've ever been there for somebody emotionally. As empathetic as I say I am, when people are need my help, need my advice on something, I actually get angry with them. It's not a position I like to be put in. 2 or 3 girlfriends who have lost grandparents. It's always the grandparents that seem to die. And these were grandparents that they really loved. And when they passed away, and my girlfriend, the person I said I loved, needed me there to support them in this time of grieving, I insulted them, called them weak. I mean, people die. Get over it. They're in a better place. It sucked being old. Why don't you just toughen up? I actually got mad at them for grieving over their grandparents. I thought nothing wrong of it at the time. And even now, I don't really see it as wrong. I know it's wrong because I've been taught that it's wrong, but my brain still doesn't really see a problem with it. Yet, if I'm having an emotional crisis, you best be there for me and know exactly what to do for me. Very one-sided. So I don't know if I can claim that we're empathetic anymore. I think we know emotion. I think we can read emotion. I don't think we always are there to comfort people. Well, I know I'm not. I'm going to try to work on it maybe. I'm more curious as to the whys. I mean, I shall try to work on it, but why am I that way? What makes me that way? What makes me want to do what makes me want to make your pain worse? What makes me angry when you have emotional issues? Why can't I handle it? Why can't I be there for you as a friend? And then why do I expect you to be there for me multiple times a day? These are things I'm going to look into. I want to know what you think. Are you there for people when they're hurting, when they're having emotional pain? Can you help them through that? Can you give them the positive, encouraging words to keep going? Or do you like to rub it in, make it worse? Maybe even get enjoyment out of it? Let me know in the comment section below. If you would like to help this channel out, there are 2 ways you can do it. You can go over to Patreon and become a patron, get exclusive content that you can't get on YouTube, or you can make a payment through PayPal. The links are in the description below. We are going for 500, 1,000, 5,000 subscribers, then the world. We are taking over the world 1 subscriber at a time. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and join us. Being the last person to subscribe would be emotionally painful. Until next time, keep on keeping on.